Welcome to the main event. We're getting ready for a Friday then. Sunday. What? Hey, if you know that jingle jangle, then you know it's time to get to work. It's a wake up call, bro. It's a wake up call. It's a wake up call. It's a wake up call, bro. Wake up, wake up. Get your shit into gear. Realistically, it's a fucking fire drill, bro. Fucking the roof is on fire. Who am I? I'm about to put this shit, I'm the gasoline to this bullshit. I am the hostess with the mostest, the high priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer and teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger god, first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, here on another one. It's actually a thirsty Thursday, but the sun has set and we are going with the flow. Get on the program. Realistically, yeah. No, I already faced my tower, so I thought, but I got this download as I was coming up the stairs. It was like this moment of silence, and it wasn't for a chronic break. Oh, it's chronic pain. Realistically, what did I hear? I never wanted to be part of your life. I just wanted you to be part of mine. Oh, let's just let that sink in. Hey, you know, some of the wisest words I ever come from these places. All right, in order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted on my community page, my latest live video, which says those cards. I did it. We did it. We're done. We did it. We did it. Took the adventure. We got over the 8 broken cups and left the past behind. What happened? I can't believe it. And it's always at the same place. There's an activation point on the 5th floor of my building, right in front of the elevator, that's where I'd be standing when I get a text message from this guy. And I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? At first I thought it was a mistake. It's like, he didn't mean to text message me. And I was like, I go and look, and I was like, did you unblock me? Oh my God, Becky, no, you are not in my fucking DMs again. I'm like, I just got to the point. Just get to it. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? This is all about you, isn't it? Though, realistically, yeah. So I said goodbye to the past. Really? And I want to thank you. I want to thank my twin flames for this evolutionary journey. First off, you were the first one to make me want more. Through you, I wanted more. But again, you can't give me what I want. Right? And then after going out this weekend and seeing my other twin flame, I had an idea of what more looked like and what more felt like. Realistically, he's way more than you guys are. More than I was ready to deal with. We'll put it on that. And I'm not surprised that somebody else has already got a ring on him. Anyways, moving on. So we took care of that. But then I got this download. And that's really the truth. Oh, we're going to go with the crows. I didn't want to be part of your life. I just wanted you to be part of mine. We better just keep this out because this is the true energy. And I told you all that Scorpio energy and that Mars energy was going to bring him to attack. And of course, he was going to attack my new beginning. He's always there at the new beginning. Last time I remember, you fucker, you bring up my memories. I don't need to remember you. Anyways, he reminded me that I was like going to go, one time I was talking to him, I was like, I'm going to go house hunting. I talked to him about that one time. And now here I am. I signed the papers. 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah. And they said they're supposed to be moving out today or by Monday. And I was like, well, what floor is it potentially on? On the 3rd floor where Morgan lives. Morgan's like, I saw them moving out last night. They're doing it at night. And so she showed me the schematics because they didn't have it. They couldn't show me the apartment. But there's literally only 2-3 bedrooms on each floor. And they're on the ends. And they're really big. And it shows on this whole... I was like, Morgan, you're so fucking... She pulls out the blueprint. She's like, downstairs next to the fire exit, there's a whole map of each floor. So you're crazy. So realistically, she showed me that on the way out. So that was cool. And yeah, that's crazy. But that's the truth. I didn't want to be part of Russ's life. I didn't want to be part of fucking Marshall's life. I want to be part of your fantastic life. And you know what I told him? That was real to true. And I don't think he really gets it. I was like, dude, you might be a great husband and a great fucking father and a great fucking, fucking worker and a great friend and a great this and a great that. But you have been nothing but a horrible human being to me. You have given everybody your greatness, but you have done nothing but manipulate me for a fucking orgasm. And it's not, I mean, like, seriously. I just said it. I was like, what do you want? Are you trying to get your dick wet? Or are you coming over here to have me stroke your fucking ego? And that's literally what I put in the message. And fucking Morgan was very inspired by it. And I was like, bro, you know why they keep doing it? Because we keep letting them do it. And it's going to take forever that he's not going to get this, that I'm not doing this anymore with you. And then I told him straight up, I was like, I told you I was going to tell your wife, but you know what? I'm not. She deserves to suffer right along with you, as long as the kids are happy. God bless. And then I told Morgan, I said all that. Morgan's like, you should have heard him out. I'm like, Morgan says I should listen to you. Do you got something to say? Absolutely nothing. Are you going to apologize for what I accuse you of? No, because you're not guilty of that. You're not guilty of being a terrible human being to me. And all I wanted to do was get close to you and love you. And all you wanted was an orgasm. Jesus Christ almighty. And you know what? You've come back for another one. You're going to do all this games, all this manipulation to make me think I have a chance so that you can get an orgasm. Don't you think you're working too hard and you should apply that energy somewhere else more useful? You're not going to be my boyfriend. You're not going to be my husband. You can't be a friend. You can't be a booty call. You can't even stop showing up. That's that stalemate. Sorry, I'm a little upset. And I verbalized my very true feelings at this moment. And of course, he heard that yesterday when I said, if you left your wife today, I don't think I'd take you. You gotta, I don't feel safe with you. I don't trust you. I don't like any of this anymore. No. And as I sat there, the last thing I wanted to say, but it wasn't like I had anything else I really had to say. It's like, this would have been different if I wanted something from you. Before, I just wanted to be around you. I wanted to see what it felt like to be around you. I just wanted something. I don't want shit from you, bro. I don't want to be around you. And that's what I said. And I told the girls, it's like hanging out with a ghost. It's like you hold on to them, but you know they're just going to disappear into dust. You're always going to run back home. You're like not even existent. One day you're here, one day you're not. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I don't even want to do that. So that was my tower. But the real tower is facing the real truth. Okay, fine. I spoke that truth that I've been told over and over. And I'm like, didn't I say all this in a fucking message? Oh, that's right. Once you unsend it, he doesn't remember. As soon as I unsend it, now you want to be in there like, I forgot. I didn't forget. I didn't forget shit, bro. Realistically, no. You were a terrible human being to your twin flame. A person that did nothing but want to love you to all extremes. And you took advantage of it over a fucking lame-ass orgasm. Lame. So lame. Realistically, what a waste of space. Anyways, I hope it was worth it. As you say, heavenly. I guess that's all you needed is a lame-ass orgasm in your life. But I need so much more than that. And I'm not willing to do that. And then when I was coming up the stairs in my high and mighty, I heard the truth. And the truth is, it's very selfish to say, but I don't want to be part of your fucking life. Fuck your life. And that goes to every one of my celebrities, and I've said it since the fucking beginning. All I wanted you to do is be part of my life. And that's very selfish, but that's how I stand, and that's what I meant. I meant what I fucking said. No, I don't want to meet your stupid fucking friends. I don't care where you fucking work. I don't care about your fucking family. In essence, it's just like that. You're like, really? No. I opened up to the idea that you have children, whoever this person might be, and I might have to be co-parenting, and I'm great with children. That's fine. But all the rest of the fucking baggage and shit and fucking holidays and, this, that, and some more shit, and you're fucking fucked off. I don't come with no baggage. I come with adventure. What are you bringing me? What are you coming to bring me? Baggage, your problems. I don't have no fucking problems. What are you going to give me? Are you going to give me an orgasm? Are you going to give me an orgasm? And that's where that's where we stop. And then fucking Morgan's like, and then there's the gummy worm. And fucking B's right there. So what the fuck are you bitches talking about? It's like, dude, I'm very unsatisfied in this department. And of course this would happen. I told you. You close the door, you open the door. I'm in a revolving fucking elevator of fucking non-available men. Really? Yes. Who wants to set up a date that you're going to miss on fucking Sunday? This weekend's filled with missed opportunities of love. Realistically, yeah. What the fuck did he want? I told you, an orgasm. Do you know how pathetic you are? If you just told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, what does Russ want? His is even more pathetic. What does Russ want? He wants popularity and success. What does fucking Wolfman want from me? You guys are fucking pathetic. You want a girl to make you fucking Kanye West, to make you fucking great again. Meanwhile, you're ripping down the actual statue of what I am. Bow down. Realistically, no, I don't give a shit. It was just bullshit. I was like, of course you would show up. And it's just like emotional drainage. I was like, I don't like the anxiety your fucking messages cause. What do you want? An orgasm? Well, that's what my brain is saying, and it's not ready. It knows that you're not going to give me one back, so I can't really convince my brain into taking action into non-action. Again, as my Holy Spirit said in the summer, you're having sex with a corpse. Well, that makes much more sense, dude. With the ghosting, I may be spirit, the Holy Spirit, but you're a whole ass fucking ghost. Devil ass energy. I love it. Have a great night. Rubby dub dub to my fucking face. Anyways, yeah, and that's that energy. Love them and leave them. That's what I told about Wolfman. I didn't really see that this was me until I really saw Wolfman and saw the mirror in the wall and mirror, and that's really what it is. I feel like I have such minimal needs, but it seems like so much. And I just made a video how I'm too much for your fucking comprehension. All right, bro, whatever. Go back to mom's spaghetti and the hamburger helper or tuner helper or, steak and eggs or whatever the fuck you're doing with your life. Go for it. You know what I did? I ate fresh. Really? Yeah, we're crossing crossroads. We have to go for the fucking tuna. Really? I mean, that's what I felt. But the real truth is that's it. I'm selfish. I don't want to be part of your life. I just want someone to be part of mine. I don't care about your life. I really don't care. I don't care about your fantastic job. I don't care about your fantastic friends. I don't care about your fucking health problems. You're going to pour out all that bullshit. You're going to tell me about all your fucking hurts and wants. I'm tired of getting used like this. People just come to me all fucking damaged and they want to tell me all their damaged life, and I got to sit there and shine light on the damaged bullshit. And it's like, that's not a date to me. This sounds hellish. This sounds like the shit I do every day at the fucking homeless shelter. Now I'm out in public doing it. Realistically, I mean, seriously, what do you got to tell me, Bobby? How great your life is? How fantastic your marriage is? How wonderful your life is? Why are you coming to tell me? Are you coming to share it with me in the sense of boastful, or what? What do you bring to me? Realistically, nope. You need something from me. I don't need this. No, there was a time I did, but I don't. And that's what Russ hates. He's like tries to impose that material need. You need a man to take care of you. Bitch, you need to take care of your little fucking girl over there because she don't know how to take care of herself, and her mom taught her to use her body to take care of her and meet her needs. But I use my body in a different way. I like to put my back really into it. I got the W-2s and the tax forms to prove it. Going back to that. Realistically, yeah. But that's kind of awful, right? I was sitting down with B when this all happened, and I was talking, ranting and raving about my bullshit. And it's like, we don't have to deal with this shit in another country, bro. This is American type bullshit. They do not act like this. Men do not act like this outside of our borders. They do not disrespect women. Women are not fighting for their fucking attention. They're not playing roles of chick, side chick, fucking girlfriend, mistress, wife, whatever the fucking case may be. They don't play these games. You need this to compensate for what you aren't. You need a bunch of women to make you feel better about what you aren't. And that's exactly what I told him. I was like, whatever you want, or I was like, what do you want from me? What's wrong with your wife that she can't give you whatever you want from me? Really? Yeah. And I was expecting him to block me again, and he won't. And it's like, how hurtful do I have to be about this? Do I have to be ugly for you to understand that I don't want your fucking bullshit? I didn't ask for this. And I did what I was supposed to do, which was love you. And they got me fucking nowhere other than healed. Again, I'm not doing this without something. I'm not stepping into this. And it's so stupid. It's like, oh, she'll do it again. Well, that was my fault for continuing to do it. And it's like, well, why does he think? Because I kept doing it. How many times do I got to not do it for him to get that I don't? I don't know, dude. To ask my ex-husband that's been chasing me for fucking 8 years, bro, that doesn't get it, bro. Ask all the dudes I ever slept with that are still fucking following me. Why don't they get it? Because they're never going to get it again. Never going to get it. Never. Okay, moving on. Realistically, yeah, let's just get to the point of fuck you and let's worry about me. It's funny because they thought I wanted what they had to offer, what other women want, and what, I don't know, going back to Russ, like they swore that it was material and I just wanted him for his money or some fucking cunt ass bullshit. They projected and said I was them, that I was going to use him for what they use him, and they didn't want to lose that using on me and all this bullshit. That's never, I don't need to prove that. You're never going to replace God in my life, bro. You're not my God. And that's why I posted that. I was like, I want to see your meat in your pocket. Fuck the pocket, dude. Just pull your fucking vagina out and let me see what you're working with here. Realistically, I can see you have big hands, but can you get it up? I can see that. That's just a whole lot of fucking limp meat. Realistically, I want... fucking Lilith. That's that Knight of Wands. Dude, fuck. Dude, if I'm going to fuck my life over, I want to at least have great... If I'm getting fucked, I want it to be great sex. Because this is fucked up. Playing somebody's fucking stepmom or any of these fucking stupid-ass fucking roles that God wants for me. I don't want to. I know you've made a great life for you, and that's great, and you play a great role in that life, but I didn't ask to be part of it. I didn't ask to love you. I just want to love you. I'm not really sure what that looks like. But, you know, whatever. I can tell you what it doesn't look like. It doesn't look like me hanging out with you and your fantastic fucking friends. Your fantastic life. I don't even like you. There's not one of your lives that I envy where I want to just like do shit like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lewis has the most lavish lifestyle, like the abilities of the most lavish. But then it's just you and him. And it's quiet and awkward because it's Lewis. If it was like, you know, another fucking ball of fire, it's like we could just go and just start fire. But instead it's like, oh gosh, he's just too reserved. He's too there. As I'm seeing this, I'm like, fix your fucking tie, Lewis. But tuck your shirt in, Lewis. He's so structured. He's not gonna play in the dirt. He's not gonna do anything like that. He's not gonna get dirty. He's not gonna be outlandish. He's not gonna make a scene or have a picture or a story to tell about this. He wants to get in, get out, and not be seen. All right, Marshall Mathers, you guys are no fun. You are no fun at all. You don't want to take your clothes off and do something crazy? I'm so wild. You don't want to go to the fucking cemetery? You don't want to stare at the stars? You want to talk about aliens or nothing fun? You guys are boring. You just want to make money. You're like every other man. Realistically, yeah. So the shadow is what the shadow is. And the shadow is I'm a selfish cunt. Is that anything that nobody else didn't realize? With that being said, we're going to look to the cards for confirmation, as if we didn't need any more. We're going to go to the Dark Knight of the Soul cards. Why? Because why not? I'm celebrating. Really? Yeah. I had to go get such a dark. I had to go get a bank statement for my apartment, and I opened it up and I was like, oh, I got more money in there. I don't check my money. I have a feeling that we're getting low, or I have a feeling I don't want to know what's in there. So I haven't checked. I literally haven't checked since I got paid from fucking Target. Really? No, I don't look what's in there. I just run the card until it doesn't run no more. It never really happens. God always replenishes it. So realistically, I didn't know what was in there. No. And then I was like, oh, that's great. I have it. And I was like, I'm going to celebrate the best way and only way I know how. We're going to have a good meal. I hadn't eaten all day. And fucking Morgan, she made some great jalapeno poppers. I've never had them fresh like that. They were so delicious. But I was like, no, I got to eat. So I had a great meal with my kids and we celebrated. Everything's about to start. Oh, the thing with Morgan, oh, it got heated. We had 2 heated conversations right in front of B. She's like, you guys are, oh, she's like, whoa. I was like, yeah. She's like, that's a bit much for me. I was like, dude, we get heated. But it's really cool because we can, like, we combust, we're like combustible fucking, you know what I mean? We like explode and then we can bring it back in. And then it's like people are on the outside to think that we're going to fist fight or something, but we're just loud bitches. Like we're loudly disagreeing until we agree on this shit. Realistically, yeah. So we were talking about, I was asking her more about the position. And what it is the fucking, it's paid to do medical billing and fucking coding classes. And that's a certificate program. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I was like, and B sitting right there, I was like, bro, instead of them paying for that shit, you could literally go to college and get the extra tuition and then do all that. She's like, yeah. And she's like, so we started manifesting all that. She's like, you know, you should do it with me. I was like, bro, I'm not going to do that. And she's trying to push me. And then it turns into a conversation. I was like, all right, don't get mad. But I was like, this is good for you because you don't have a career or a purpose at this particular time. So investing in education towards, you know what I mean? Towards some kind of trait will be good for you. I was like, but I already have a career. And that kind of set her off defense. What do you mean I don't have a career? And I was like, and so she's like, but what is your career? And I was like, dude, we do this all the time. Mine is the spirituality. I was like, I just need a job to maintain while I'm getting my career off of the ground. I'm not trying to build a career for myself. And the problem with Morgan is every time I get a job or something like that, she sees this as long-term. Like she's like, yeah, you could do this for a long time. This could be your career. This isn't a career. It's just a paycheck, bro. She doesn't see it that way in my life. Probably, I don't know, for whatever reason, she's disassociated from the fact that this is my true calling. This is what I do with all my time. I just have to maintain my bills until I can make money. She doesn't understand that, and that's okay. You're going outside? Put on a jacket because the wind got cold. So we got into a discussion right there about that and shit, but I was like, this would be perfect for you. And we were talking about the new moon and putting in new manifestation. So I'm going to help her on, we're going to do a new moon ceremony up at her house. And we were talking about that, but that wasn't something that I want to get into. And that's what I said. She's like, I was like, even the quickest program for that is like 10 months, but I'm not going to do 10 months of schooling for something I do not plan on doing in the long term. And I had to explain to her what medical billing and coding is. And for those who don't know, it's the same as learning fucking law codes, which is the same thing. You have to learn the penal codes for all of these laws and statutes, or it's the same as learning, you know what I mean, police codes. For example, everybody knows what an 187 is. Okay, so for every medical procedure that's done, it's labeled with a number code. And you've got to learn those numbers for all of it's a terminology of it's medical terminology in the name in the word of coding. And because it's billing, that's what you do is you bill it according to what it says happened. This falls under a code, a penal code, and you bill it under that code, right? So it's like a, and I've never done this type of job. I just know this from outside understanding. It's like putting in account numbers. It's like, what account number do we charge? You charge this code. So you have to spend at least 10 months learning all these codes so that you can put them in. And it's like CPU. Do you know what CPU is? Everything you buy. I did this for a grocery store. It has a CPU number. That's that number. That's a CPU. It's a computer generated code, right? That does this. You can actually make these. Don't teach them that. Okay. It's about to teach you some fucking fraud right there. Okay. Stop it. Anyway, so everything comes with a code. So medical billing and coding, you would have to learn the code for each of the medical terms so that you can bill them properly. That's how that works, right? So we put this code in, it's going to tell us what this is. Same thing with medical billing. So she wants to go to school for this shit. I was like, oh, no, forget all that. She's like, well, what are you going to do? I was like, God has a plan. I was like, I could be a freaking online customer service agent for some bullshit. I was like, I'm not really worried about it, but I'm not going to put in all that work for something I'm not going to make a career out of. But she doesn't know what she wants to do, and that's what we started talking about. So me and B were sitting with her, and it's like, just start and get your general courses done. You can just start. It's going to take you at least 2.5 years to get through your general classes. You know what I mean? Keep it minimal, and then you can pick a major later. But you're going to need to hit these required classes no matter what your fucking major is. Realistically, yes. Everybody has to do their same required classes. Really? Yeah, you have to get those credits in and a certain amount of them each, semester. You could do a bunch of fucked off classes like the son-in-law, but you have to do so many required credits for it to qualify. So we're like going to help her get into school. I'm going to help her do her FAFSA application on the full moon or the new moon ceremony. We're going to do that at her house. Really? Yeah. And so we're trying to get B to come, and this is really cool. We use magic on B. B doesn't know what's happening, but me and Morgan do, and we're trying to get B to come, and we're like, look, this is important to be part of this. It's just a bunch of, we're going to sit together, we're going to smoke out, light some candles, and we're going to bounce some ideas and really get into it, tell the universe and work with that. And that's how we get this started. And she's like, well, I don't know. And I was like, well, why not? And she's like, well, because it's my birthday and my baby daddy got some money and I'm hoping that he might take me out. I was like, all right, stop. I'll stop. We're going to manifest that he is going to take you out on your birthday. And then you're going to meet up with us after to do the new moon ceremony. And then Morgan's like, she's like, but what if it doesn't happen? Morgan's like, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. It is going to happen. We said it's going to happen. We're going to plan to meet you after your birthday date. Really? And that's how you manifest. And we're going to show her how it works before it works. So then she can have that understanding. So then when we sit down under the candle, all right, this is how it works. You say it is, and so it is, and that's what it'll be. Really? Yeah. Who wants to join us for our new moon ceremony? I'm sure Bobby wants to be there. You bastard. You can't even be honest about that. I need help. In what area of your life, really, though? I can't help you, Bobby. You know why? Because you don't have a clear slate. There's no area that you give God to work with. You have to give up something to receive something. That's how this works. What are you giving up? I'm giving up you. I'm sacrificing you like I always do. I have sacrificed this guy so many times to the altar in hopes that they'll give me a better guy. What's better than this guy? He's probably a great guy, just not to me. You don't treat me great. Fucking Trump supporter. Make America great again, but not me. Realistically, do you ever realize how you treat me? That's all forgiving because I'm nice about it, but you're not a nice guy. Really? Yeah. And you're going to be famous for being not a nice guy. You're not the devil because there's no such thing. And I've got plenty of them guys playing around in here. All right, let's pull out some dark cards. Why? Because we're down with the sickness. Really, though? Really? I have lots of cards that we just don't pull all the time. We'll start with those two and see how far we can go. What do we got? I feel like we need a Kali card. Yeah, I feel like I'm always in a Kali fucking energy around that dude. Really? I'm be bringing out my destructive side. Ooh, mantra. Shakiti. Okay, we're doing mantras. We're praying and stuff. Okay. What are we going to pull out? I don't know. We're going to pull out the dark and dangerous because the shit is dangerous. Where are we at here? Oh, we're going to have a feast. That's what I said. That's all I did. What'd you eat? Fucking Subway. Eat fresh. Realistically, I don't know. I don't really care. I asked the kids and they were like, yeah, let's buy a very expensive sandwich. That sounds like a great idea. Fuck it. That sounds care. We're white, people do that. Let me get this shit. Again, I don't teach you her magic because she's a magically weirdo. Here we go. We're going to go off of these ones. Really? Yeah, that's our current energy. We're feasting. I turned to 66. Other worldly guides. I love you guys. That's why my spirits are quiet. They're always quiet. They don't even got shit to say about you, Bobby. They don't just be quieter when you're around. Really? Yeah. I mean, Pac made hella fun of fucking Wolfman. He can't stand a fucking Russell. Of course they love Marshall. Of course they love Marshall. But realistically, they don't say shit about you. Really? No, they just want to watch and see what I do with you. That's funny. All right, moving on. What number is that card? 33. 21. 33. Nope, I went to, fate is the 34. Ew. Hero portion, celebration, esteem. That's where I'm at, dude. I signed the paperwork. They said 2 weeks. Really? 2 weeks. That's February. Hey, dude. Oh, no. I'm sitting here holding my little heart. What is it? It's my little heart. It's a little heart of gold. Really? Yeah, I got it. It's my little heart. I'm holding it, and I thought about February 14th, for Valentine's Day. Maybe maybe we'll try manifesting for Valentine's Day. Maybe not. I thought I came up with a great Valentine. I said we needed a stuffed eggplant. I'm the funniest thing I know. All right, going on. A table is decorated and set with lavish feast. A pot is cooking upon the fire in the background, and the scene of celebration is set. Two warriors toast each other at the feasting table, about to enjoy the abundant meal. An ancient Irish custom, cura deer, I don't know. Oh, okay, here we go. How do you pronounce this? Karamir? That's not what that looks like, bro. Whatever. Karamir, the hero of the champion's portion, was awarded the warrior's knowledge as the bravest and the best in attendance at the feast. The warrior was then given the choice cut of meat and potatoes, people. In the story of something feast, in the Leber something, dude, what the fuck? I don't know how to put these letters together and make a word. Hosts a large and lavish feast in the new hall and invites all of the warriors, nobles, and kings of Ulster. He also promises the hero's portion to not one but three warriors. Cuchu Lane, that's my dude. Some other dude, and Cornell. I don't know. They're really great names. Really, that went down in history. This leads to bitter arguments and fighting, with Cuchu Lane proving his courage over the other two warriors. That's my dude. That's that moment. That was that stupid moment between Drake and Cole and fucking Kendrick. Here comes fucking Juneteenth. No, there's not us three, just me. You fucking shut the fuck up. Divination meaning. The feast card symbolizes a time of celebration and enjoying the esteem that your hard work and sacrifices have brought you to. I sacrificed everything to come to this moment. I'm gonna have a big, beautiful fucking house and a new life, and all kinds of great stuff is happening for me. Really? Yes. I still have shadow work, obviously. I still have to fix me, but I went through the hardest part of me. It is a time to celebrate your achievements with those around you. Be proud of your accomplishments, but beware of letting them go to your head. Celebrate, feast, and enjoy this time. What was it? I believed in God. I believed in Him when nobody else believed, and they believed I was crazy, and now everything I said was going to happen happened. I only said it was going to happen is because that's what He told me, and I believed in what He told me. And that's what makes me famous, because I can show in those videos, above all things, that God is real. Above all things I can show in those videos, I show you that God is real and how unbelievably real He is every day of my life. Really? Yeah. They envy that, to have this connection. I'm telling you, He's a real pain in my fucking ass, to be honest. But it's just me and God and Goddess. I can't say nobody knows Him better, because you can all know God at any level when you get to know God. And that's just knowing yourself. Really? That's what Jesus said. Know thyself. All right, anyway, celebrate. A spell to celebrate accomplishments. I don't think you need a spell. You just need to celebrate. A tea candle, an offering of bowl or plate. It might be time to make an offering for all that we're grateful for. It's definitely, we'll have to do it for the new moon anyways. Really? Yep. Bring together your best offerings. Really? Or your lamb, like Jesus. You want to bring your Jesus? Sacrifice. As much as I wish and pray and hope to God that Lewis heard my cries from God to just give up his job and know that God has something great right on the other side, I don't think he heard it. And that's sad, because if he doesn't answer that call, then all he has is another year of suffering and trials and tribulations. Same with you, Bobby. Go back to your wife. You have another great year of fucking digging ditches and fucking pleasing everybody else. Go back to that. You don't want to make any sacrifices, bro. You don't want to fucking sacrifice the things you love most for the things that could make you, you know what I mean, that'll make you, bring you the most joy. I love Bobby, but I want something that more than this. You'll never understand until you're ready to make that kind of sacrifice. The coming to Christ. All right. Anyways, following herbs. These are good herbs. Rosemary for success, bay leaves for protection, thyme for wisdom, garlic for protection. See, she uses a lot of protection in her magic because she's fucking around. And that's why I had to go and specifically give them the candle. So they were protected when you go on the other side. Hey, you're not very liked on the other side. You're messing with a lot of their people. There's a lot of fucking ancestors that want to tear you apart for their fucking people that you fucking stepped on your whole life. They're going to get you, bro. Those are for real. They may have forgot. I forget. But don't you think for 1 minute that they're not sitting over you, like watching you think bad thoughts about me, ready to cut your fucking throat. They can't hurt you, but they can fuck with your world, bro. And that's my spirit guides. And that's not even my ancestors. So when you go over there, dude, that girl that you fucked over, oh, dude, her greatest grandpa, dude, is sitting on your couch waiting to fucking get your kids. He's waiting to get your kids after you did his daughter dirty like that, his starseed. Oh, do not play with the fucking kids of the lords. Really? Everybody's somebody's fucking starseed out here. You're playing with darkness over there. Really? Yeah, I'm just saying she uses a lot of protection. And that's what we do. Basil for courage, money, love, and protection. Cinnamon for protection, happiness, love, and prosperity. What am I using? I don't know yet. We're making a new blend. And the 10-day energy is definitely shifting. I feel like it might have already. Let me check the calendar. I was going through an energetic storm yesterday. It was very stormy. It was very cloudy inside. That's what I told him too. I was like, I couldn't do anything for 2 days, but laying around, I couldn't do anything. Really? Ugh. I had the best intentions, but it wasn't happening. What's the date? January what? 20th is when it changes. What's today? Okay, so it's not yet, but it's coming. What is? I don't know. You want me to tell you? Next card says what? A journey through life. Yeah, maybe if you fucking take off the journey. That's exactly what that Six of fucking, no, not the Six of Cups, but the Six of Swords is. You can't start a life until you leave your life, losers. Gosh. Anyways, I don't know. We're not going to do hers. Give me a day or two and I'll decide, or my spirit will tell me what to put together. But definitely you want to put together an offering for the animal spirits so that they can bring upon better spirits for you. I always do some kind of breads, some kind of fish or meat, usually fish or chicken, some kind of fruits, and whether it's mashed up fruit or some kind of actual dried up fruits, always some nuts. And then there's always extra weird shit. Cheeses, they'll want sometimes yogurts, weird stuff, protein stuff, sometimes olives. I don't know, it just depends. I get in there and I just start grabbing weird shit. Really? You just blow money in the wind? No, you can see it's a very great investment. What you guys do for the church, I do for the land. So just think of it the same way. You're putting money in a bucket and you're hoping they're buying food for the homeless. I'm putting money in the fucking bucket, I'm buying food. Or in most places, I'll go to donation food and grab that food and give it back to Mother Earth. You know what I mean? It was given to me and so forth. I give it on to the animals. Really? Shit like that. That's why I'll put a lot of stuff together. We have a lot of donations that come through here. Really? Yeah. So that's good to do for, that's just an offering to the spirit. And that's what we were trying to say. B has no idea about spirituality. And neither did Morgan until, after a couple of months of me working with her and stuff. And so, we make an offering. That's it. You don't come to anybody's house, you know what I mean, without a gift. So you do that. And that's what she was trying to say is like, we just sit under the idea and we take in the idea, we take in the energy, we take in all of this. And she's like, what time does this happen? And Morgan's like, I don't know. Let me call the moon and see when it's a good time. And we started laughing. I was like, nah, dude, it's just when it's not like, it's not on a calendar. It's not like that. And there's no moon on that night. It's the new moon. It means that we're welcoming the new energy and we're planting a seed that is going to grow with this light. And it was really funny. She doesn't know anything about it, but it was really funny. She's like, let me call the moon and see what time's good for it. That motherfucker's up. I mean, seriously, anytime. Really? Yeah, so prior to beginning meal preparation, place the feast card and a tea light candle and an offering bowl or a plate at your altar. You do this for any spirits. I don't put food up here really. Sometimes if we're working with hell and maybe a couple others, I don't really put much food up here. There is some olive crackers and shit like that has all of that you would give to, at an offering for Jesus and shit. There's also a fortune cookie up there. I don't really do this shit at my altar, dude. It's going to get bugs. I do them outside. The Hecate offering is a big one. That one you take out, a bird, and you got to do all of that, and you leave it at the crossroad. Not with the candle. I mean, I did it with candles, but that's just typical. Let's see. The candle lit and spend some time centering on the card. Its meaning of celebration and hard work deeds, task and accomplishment. And it's basically like you went to a party and you brought a plate home for your family, and you sit there and you light a candle and you tell them how great the party was, and thank you for being part of it. Realistically, yeah, you just share your accomplishments with the spirit. Think about what it means to you personally or to the person you are celebrating. Prepare your meal as you normally would, but this time make it a sacred act of gratitude while cooking. And that's it. You make the plate present, you make a presentation out of it. Whereas you would just pile your food on a plate. You want to present it properly. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. You'll always see my pictures of how I do it. I make it, it's almost like a plate. It's a pretty plate that I'm bringing to them, an all-you-can-eat display. And I lay it next to creeks and stuff like that, where there's lots of little critters and stuff that'll come and eat off of it. Really? Mm-hmm. Be patient and conscious of every ingredient that goes into the meal. As you add the herbs and spices, focus on the magical corresponds and the energies that embody, and acknowledge their influence out loud as they go into the pan or pot. That happened to me during Easter. I'm in Mr. Plum's kitchen, and for Easter, I don't know why, but I'm cooking steaks, and I'm being guided to do stuff with these steaks that I've never done. And only after the fact do I realize that it was his mother and father in that kitchen teaching me how to cook these steaks. Intuitively, of course, they weren't standing there, but it's like a gut feeling to do things I've never done. Now put some of this. Now do this. I've never cooked a steak like that. And we would never, in my tradition, have steak on Easter. But he said that was the most common thing that his parents did. It was wild. After that, I was guided to take their picture and make an altar to them in the living room. And we sat and we had Easter dinner with his parents. Really? It's quite interesting what will happen. They guide you. Sometimes they want oatmeal, yogurts, different cheeses, olives, different stuff, bro. Why? It was their favorite thing. My mom, dude, if I was making an altar to my mom, it would be a bunch of fucking sweets. She fucking loved sweets, bro. Fucking cream filled any fucking thing. Really? Yeah. And that's where I wouldn't know. Would I put vodka or rum? What would be appropriate? When I think of my mom, if I made an altar to my mom, what foods, what drinks, what music, what herbs? Did she smoke cigarettes? Did she have, Mr. Plum has he has an old pipe, and he carries vanilla tobacco. He has never smoked in his life, but he carries it in remembrance of his father. And he said he used to ask my ex-husband to just puff on it just so he could smell the smell. He wouldn't ask me because I can't stand that. I can't stand, pipe tobacco or cigar tobacco. But he keeps it just as a remembrance. He remembers his dad smoking vanilla tobacco outside of, the house. Stuff like that. That's what it means to make an offering. For example, as you add the thyme, say whatever, you can say some creative words and stuff like that while you're cooking. And that's what makes a kitchen witch. She rhymes she puts intentions. And that's where I was like, Russ, they're fucking poisoning you. Your mom keeps bringing you these traditional fucking Sicilian dishes that are filled with fucking poison. She is fucking poisoning you. Really? I mean, she's a kitchen witch. Realistically, the things I've seen this woman do in my intuition. Realistically, yeah, she's all scary. Scary Larry. Realistically, I mean, seriously. And then you're like, where's the limit? It's like, where at the Diddy party did you not say no? Where's the limit on your weird practices, woman? At what point did you? And it's like, who taught you this? Why didn't you feel uncomfortable doing it that you feel so comfortable to do this in your house in the daytime by yourself? Like, this is not no fucking, what is her name? Martha Stewart type shit. You were like for real cursing the shit out of people in the daytime, with a little tune in your head. If you don't tune it down there, chica, How I Met Your Mother. Oh, yeah. Russ's mother. Ha Oh, there's a scary Larry. All right. Anyways, that's what that says. And yeah, that's why you don't eat people's food. It's not about they're really poisoning you. It's the intention. That's the magic in what I do, dude. They're just herbs. They're just cards. They're just candles. I put my thoughts into them and my feelings. And it's so fucking strong that this has an effect on everyone. Really? Yeah. She's going on a date. I hope she shaves her fucking vagina. She says she hasn't, they haven't been fucking. I was like, you better shave your vagina. You're having birthday sex. I mean, wouldn't you want that for your friends? If she wants it, as long as you want it. If anything, she just wants him to, show her some love and some money, I suppose. I don't know. We're grateful. We'll manifest this for you, right? Better you than us. Anyways, and that's what they said. There was a perfect opportunity for date night on Sunday. When the meal is finished cooking, before you sit down and eat and celebrate, make an offering of your portion of the meal to the offering bowl or plate at the altar and say whatever you want to say. And that's like old people. I'm seeing this vision of an old person where their partner died, but they still make a plate for them every night. They waste the food, obviously, but they make a plate for them. And maybe they don't. Maybe they'll put it outside of their door afterwards every night and just clean the plate the next day. You mean it in the best of spirit, and realistically, what are you going to do with the extra food anyways? Really? Yeah. Well, we're celebrating, and even the minorest victory, dude. Like last year, where was I? I wasn't even in a shelter yet. I was staying between my car and in hotels, trying to put together a plan for, trying to plan my life. Again, I was trying to make my own plan. Dude, I made a great plan. You want to hear my plan? It worked out so great, but it didn't, obviously, because this is where I ended up. But I had planned to get myself an RV or like an RV trailer with my tax money. You're like, but you don't have a truck. Nope. My friend with a truck was going to take my RV and put it where I needed it to be. I got a job at a KOA campground that was going to start in April. I was allowed to hook up my RV and stay there, all hookups free. Plus, I would work at their little shop and get a little paycheck every week. I had a perfect plan. I was so excited about that. And what happened? Right after I got my taxes, they called me here, and I came here instead. And I don't regret it, but and that's what it is like, I didn't plan this. My plan was to run away and go do what I wanted to do. And he let me work that plan all the way till the end. Really? Mm-hmm. It was completely planned perfect. And if I didn't like it there, my friend would have took his truck and came and picked me up, or I could have hooked it up to like a U-Haul and moved it. But I had plans for my own little fucking RV. All I ever wanted was an RV. Really? Yeah, and I sacrificed that fucking plan for this. Really? But yeah, now I'm getting a 3-bedroom house. Oh shit, B went crazy about the neighborhood. Told you it was a good neighborhood, bitch. Really? Yep. Told her the whole situation. I was like, yeah, and here we are. Celebrate. What do I have to do to get this? Humble myself and believe in God. Give up what I did have for something, the idea of something better, even though it took a long time. The only thing that took a long time was me doing it his way. If I would have just, I don't know, you can't force yourself to go back in time. It took this much time to do it his way. And that's where it is. Once it's done, once you can get your mind to understand this, you're solid, bro. No more mind fights where the mind's like, no, God said, okay. Like when it trusts God and it knows God and it believes in God and you can always take it to God, then the mind, you can control the chariot now. Really? Yeah. But when it doesn't trust, then it's all over the place. Ooh, this is perfect, bro. Look at this card. Disconnection. I'm sorry, the number you have called is currently disconnected. I'm not an asshole where I'll block him back because I'm stronger than that. That's all I can do is not block you back. Doesn't mean I want to talk to you. Realistically, no. It's like you wouldn't want to talk about anything, maybe if there was substance, but there's none. You don't want to talk about anything. No? It's all fidgety conversation to end up meeting up just so we end up fucking. It's really stupid, actually. I can look back at it, and I do, because that's where it is. When he does this, and I just did it 2 days ago, I unsend all my messages. I take them all out of there. So all that's left is a thread of what he's ever said to me. And you can see how spread out it is and how there's nothing in there. It's just a bunch of bunk-ass comments about bullshit. And the most recent is, Wolfman's cool. I want to hang out with him. Do you not remember that part? Do you not remember all of that just happened in the last 4 weeks, you're just going to pop up in my DMs like nothing fucking happened? Like you didn't blow me off during Christmas, fucking New Year's, you didn't do all this weird shit? What a weirdo. And I'm all forgiving because, like, obviously he's mentally ill. Just like the rest of us. It takes one to know one, right? You'd have to be. He'd have to be some kind of crazy to deal with me. And I would have to be seriously crazy to keep dealing with him. Crazy is. What's that number? 41. 41. Talking about Lewis. I wish. I've learned not to do this anymore. I'm not going to get my hopes up on something like this no more. I wish Lewis could just hear God's calling and believe in himself and God and just go into his brand new life of happiness and creativity, but he wants to just strap himself to a fucking rocket ship and sweat it all fucking year. Size it up, buddy. All right. What is this? How do you pronounce that? AOC? Respect the land, and especially the land you live upon. Find comfort and joy in the changing of the seasons and the green place you come in contact with. Protect and defend Mother Earth before you attack someone. Make sure that you have all sides of the story. Duality, attack, defense, connection, disconnection. You know, that's what Morgan said. She's like, you should at least hear him out. What is he going to say? And that's what it is. Well, you never know what he was going to offer. I don't want anything he's offering. He's not offering me anything real. He's like, maybe he has something. And that's where it's like, no, I'm not trying to get anything out of you. I'm not going to play this to see if you offer me something I want. You're not offering me what I want. And that's where people, well, let's play this out. Let's see how this goes. I'll tell you where this goes. He goes back to his wife. So just stay there with that. I was very serious, dude. I learned my lesson. I don't understand that. You don't get that. And for that matter, if all it was sex, you're fucking replaceable. I can have sex with anyone. All I gotta do is close my eyes, right? You can't understand how devastating. Do you want to know the story? He feeds me this story that he's going to spend the night with me. He's like, no, we're going to be able to hang out all fucking night. And I want to do some rituals and I want to see what you do and bring your cards and everything. I'm like, wow, okay. And then he shows up and he's like, I can't. And he says that he's guilted because, you know, he has to spend time with his kids. And so we have a fucking quickie and he's got to go running home. And it was like, I didn't even, why did I even believe? But at the same time, it was all about just being brave again. So it's like, well, and the girls had already set me up for the fucking failure of this is not going to be whatever you think it is. And that's what it was. It was definitely not what I had my high hopes set on, but it was set to fucking fall. And the second he got, like, you totally played me. You told me everything I wanted to hear, bro. Everything. For that. And it was so fucking fast. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. And it wasn't my doing that made it fast. I'm like, I don't want to do this again, bro. I don't want to feel disappointed by you ever again. I sat there and I'm like, I'm looking at all that I saw was the word twin flame. You want to be part of a twin flame, do you? There's many divine feminines that have been part of this journey for years and years and years that are hearing me and they're crying because they haven't learned this lesson and they keep letting these men do this to them. You'll learn when you learn and you can't get out. And I couldn't either. I sat there crying right along with you, wishing I didn't have to fucking do this. There are karma. This isn't a good love. This is a painful fucking lesson in love. Learn the lesson so you can actually go and be loved. Or just sit there being in pain. I like just close my eyes. It's just painful. It's God's karma on your fucking life, if you ask me. You can't break free from it. And you have to stay in it, and you can't run from it until you face it. And you learn the fucking lesson. And then you're not, I can't say attracted, but yeah, I guess you could almost say that. You're still bonded, but the fucking attraction just fades. It slowly fades and it turns into absolute disgust. Right, Russ? Right, Allie? Right, Lewis? Right, Marshall? Right, Wolfman? I fucking loved you, and all I wanted to do was be close to you, and all I wanted to do was make you feel good, despite how bad it made me feel. I just wanted to be there next to you. I didn't want nothing from you. I just wanted to be close to you. And I did what I was called to do. That was it. That was all I was called to do, is I just wanted to be close. And I got as close as I could until now. All I want to do is get the absolute fuck away from you. It could appear that I was chasing and you were running. But right now, bro, I am running as far as I can away from you. And you can chase as long as you fucking want until you learn your lesson too. Welcome to hell, called the twin flame journey, filled with so much love that it kills you. Realistically, yeah, the same thing went for Russ. I tried so hard to just love him, to just get close to him, to just anything, just be my friend, for God's sakes. Marshall, you still got the messages of me begging you to just make an attempt? I didn't ask for that, but I did it, as painful as it was, and I got out of it. And I'm like the only fucking one that has ever made it out of this shit alive. Realistically, yeah, and that's why I'm so fucking powerful. But realistically, I don't want to do this anymore. I learned my lesson. I know what's in there. I know what's in there, bro. I know what comes from dealing with you. Nothing good. I could fuck you 3 ways from Sunday, and you're still going to end up back at home with your wife. No matter what I do, you will still be you. I can't change you. No amount of love or inspiration or hope or anything I give any of you bastards is going to change you. Only you have the power to change you, and you don't even see what's wrong with you. We're done. But I just want you to know, it was by seeing you that I realized how fucked up I was. And it was because of you that I was able to fix me. I'm sorry that you can't see the same thing. You can't see the mirror and do the same thing for yourself. And I have to leave you all fucked up the way I found you. But I'm not. We aligned because I was just as fucked up as you. But I'm not anymore. And I thank you for that. And it's, and that's where it goes back to, I reclaim my power through you and leave you fucking powerless. I'd like to say if I was his wife, I would have divorced him by now, but I stuck next to a fucking loser twice as bad as him. I tend to stick next to these losers for a very long, extended period of time in the hopes that they could become something more than they are. It's not to say that they won't, but I'm not sticking around to see this shit. You know what I mean? Congratulations to that girl or whoever that person is that gets to experience the best version of you. But that's not what I experienced. I don't know who you are to everyone else, but you're nothing but a jerk to me. You've done nothing but use and humiliate me, twin flames. It's okay, though, because it made me very powerful, but you really just fucked yourselves. Let's go to the Kali. Really? Yeah. A healed virgin woman is something you can't fuck with. You're not going to make me feel bad for some shit I already healed. That's where you get fucked up. You can't hurt a healed person. They've already healed the hurt. You can't reopen a wound that they've already healed. Doesn't work. All right, where are we? Number 40. Mantra Shakit. Shakiti. 40 water. I told Morgan. Oh man, I don't know. She's always like that though. She's so very understanding. Like, no, give him a chance. Back to, oh, his lips are chapped because he's in a different altitude. She's always making excuses. You can't make excuses for all these guys and all their problems, bro. That's why that's they're okay. Forgiveness is not acceptance. I forgive you. That doesn't mean I'm accepting this bullshit. Really? Really? On page 202. Her voice creates and dissolves universes. Her vibration within our soul creates our life path. You have sacred power of voice. How shall you express it? I should take that fucking video yesterday where I tore your ass up and told you I was going to fucking go crazy on you and your wife in the streets and let you hear that before you popped up in my DMs. This would have never happened if I played that video. Really? I got really ugly about his shit yesterday. Oh, you want to fight? Let's face the fight. To call for effective divine assistance in all ways. Do not allow negative thoughts or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and your power to create. You know what you're going to do is you're going to make me you're going to make me want more. You're going to make me want some shit and I'm going to manifest it. And that's what Bri already did. He did that for me last weekend. Realistically, yup. I'm going to make you want some shit. I don't want shit from you, Bobby. I'm sorry. I really don't. Nothing? Nope. Listen for inner guidance and then set your course in motion. You can't give me a baby. Remember that? You can't spend the night. You can't go with me to a fucking basketball game or do any spiritual shit with me. You can't do anything with me. That's not my fault. You don't meet the basic requirements to handle a goddess like me. Though it may not yet be visible in your physical world, a new order is generating within the soul. In time, it shall manifest and transform physical circumstances. The power of the word, we were talking about this, Christ in all the words. The power of the word as a creative force has been acknowledged through the scripture of multiple spiritual traditions, from Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and New Age. We need to go back to that book I have about Islamic beliefs. Ali, do you want to talk about your Islamic beliefs or you're Canadian? What do you believe? Can you believe this guy? I don't know. He lives in Malibu. I don't know what he believes. I don't believe he eats pork. What does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Is that a Canadian thing, an American thing, or an Islamic thing? I have questions. Could you answer my questions, pretty please? And thank you. Bring your book. It is the resonance in the sound directed to intentional form. Mantra is sacred word and a sound that holds, what did we have earlier? Hallelujah. I was having so much fun with that card earlier. That was the name of the angel. It was all hallelujah. Is the name of the card. And that's a mantra. It's how you pronounce the words, how you sing, how you praise, how you speak. The sound of a beautiful voice can draw us closer, and thrill sound of something harsh repels. Yeah, I have a repelling voice. I'm very loud. Sound can bring harmony from chaos and create beautiful patterns for manifestations that are healing and enhancing of life. It can disrupt and break apart that which has been built. Sound is powerful. Sound is universal. Really? Music especially. Put a good song on. And then, it just changes everything. The oracle indicates that you have the power of voice at your disposal. I know. You have to be very careful. What I can't do is keep it closed. I can't keep it quiet, so I have to find the right words. That's always hard. Really? Mm-hmm. I'm not one to bite my tongue. I have to let it flow. I just have to watch what's flowing out of there. It's a two-edged sword. That shit is going to kill us both. I know sometimes I know what's going to come out before it comes out. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. Don't make me say that. Sometimes I don't. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. You have the power to speak your truth, to set yourself free, to choose what you say and how you say it. And that's where it is. I read that message out loud. They're like, girl, I was like, well, I mean, shit. Somebody had to say it. Who's going to stand up to me and stand up to this guy about how he's treating me if it's not me? No, bro, you're a terrible human being to me, bro. Imagine finding someone like, what's wrong with you? Ugh, what a terrible human being. Really? I just wanted to love the shit out of him. Just all fucking cupcakes and just like, you do no wrong and I just love you and you're amazing. And that was all of them. They have the messages to prove it. And you want to act all fucking crazy with a bitch. Fine. Your voice has the potential to profoundly affect your reality. This is not about controlling others. It's about claiming your power of choice and voice. And that's what we did to be. We spoke existence over her life. She wanted it. She just didn't tell God she wanted it. She didn't know how to manifest. She didn't know how to put her words into action like that. She said she was hoping. So we said, all right, well, it's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. And we will plan for this to happen, meaning we're going to put our intentions that this happens, even if you don't intend for it to happen. We intend for this to happen for you. That's the power of prayer. And that's what I don't do for you. But I can. And that's what I meant. That's what I was trying to get. When I sat down with Bobby under the full moon, I asked him that very fucking question. What can I help you manifest? He had no answers or couldn't put it into words. And I said the same thing with Brian. If Brian would have sat down with me and told me about some of his future projects, I could have put my intentions with yours, and it would have been more powerful and potent. Really? Yes, the power of prayer. That goes back to the evangelism that I have, the power to pray. I mean, that's just really it is. I speak life. I could speak death all over you, but that's, realistically, you're not dying any faster. It feels empowering and profoundly healing to work with mantra. The very act of using the voice with intention brings about change. And that's where I tell you, I don't say I'm going to see if I get this job. I say I'm going to get this job. I say it because it's done. But it's also done because it's certainty. I have certainty in this. Realistically, I'm certain. I'm certain. Really? Yes, I'm certain. And that's why she was saying, I don't want to make plans in case he has plans. We're certain that he's going to do something with you for your birthday. We're certain of that, and that we'll get together with you after your birthday. Really? Yeah. And what can I give her? The power of manifestation. That's all I can give you. What is my power? That's the power they want, to use me to make their lives great again. Really? All I do is inspire you and make you believe the words. And you keep those words in your heart and you live by those words. And that's Jesus. Jesus, and the word was good. First there was God, and then there was the word, and the word was good. We create with our words. Abracadabra. As I speak, I create. Yeah. The very act of using voice with intention brings about change. It reconnects us to our divine empowerment, the initiate creative ability we are granted along with our voice. It is the opposite of victimization, despair, and doubt. It is, sorry, I heard something. It is a connection with sacred power and higher consciousness, directed with willpower. Give me a second. I need to check the energy. Confirmation. What is all that? My brother, or my son, he's saying something's happening. I know something's happening. What is he saying? Tell me it's not ice. There's cops. ICE is at the door. They said this was going to happen. Text your brother. Tell him to come in. I went to go have a cigarette earlier, and they were like, we're on lockdown. Nobody's going out. I said, you can't make me stay inside here because of their immigration status. And I went to have a cigarette, but he said there's something, and I just heard it outside the door. Give me a minute. I don't have the number. You don't have your brother's number. Be careful. I don't know. It could just be cops coming. But that's what they said earlier when I went to have a cigarette. I'm like, you're not holding me in the building. I'm legal. But they were trying to keep everyone in the building for their safety. And my son just sent me a text message that the cops are outside. But they could be here for anything. Really? Yeah. Anything. They were trying to keep everybody safe. And that's what I said to B. She's like, what's going on? And I told her, she's like, that's crazy, girl. I was like, I know, but all the magic I do, you think they're not protected here? They're not coming in these fucking buildings. They're not going to do that in front of me and my family. Really? I'm protecting them. What do you think I do all day around here, bro? For real? Yes. They're not harming these families. And that's what I was talking to B about. You know, I've been here almost a long time, and it's not about the people, it's the faces. It's like, you know, they've become familiar faces. They've become not family, but, you know, neighbors and shit like that. We look out for them. Like, you know, when I go out my door, there's at least 5 or 6 every time. 5 or 6 families that'll smile and say hi and check on me. What's going on out there? Huh? Oh, they're on lockdown? Okay, come on. Okay, then get in here.
You didn't get rolled up. Some lady was talking to me in Spanish. I'm like, what? And he's like, get your room right now.
I see. They're being crazy, and they can't do that to us.
And they're yelling at each other.
They can't do that to us American citizens. They can't force us on a lockdown unless there's an emergency, and there's no emergency. I'm not even going to start with this, but that's what I meant earlier. You can't force me to stay in this building, bro, because you're fearful of ICE outside. They have nothing to do with me. That's what they're doing. That's what the lockdown is. They said it earlier before I started this video. I was like, and I went out. I was like, you're not making... Yeah, I was like, you can't make me stay in this building. And realistically, they can't stop ICE from coming in the building. Really? Could it happen? It could happen. It could, but I work too hard spiritually to protect us here. And even then, if God says he's going to come in here and rip all these families out, I don't want to see that. If he did that, bro, this building would be completely cleaned out. There's maybe 5 or 6 of us American families here of different ethnicities. There's not many. So that'd be really sad. But yeah, they said that was happening. I mean, it's common knowledge. They know that they house them here. They house them in families, though. It's like, these aren't these aren't criminals. These are families. Close the door and come in. Don't do it. That's what I heard. I heard them yelling on the thing. That's why I opened the door. Don't. You can't. You can't be part of it. That's the whole point. They don't want you part of it. All right, so stay in here. Don't go by the door. You guys are acting like crazy people about it. Leave it alone. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go back to the words. It is the opposite of victimization. It is claiming the voice to co-create and inspire deeply guided and fulfilling divine destiny. And that's where I sit here with my voice and my belief, and I say they are not coming in this building, despite how scared you are. This is a house protected by God. These people are protected by me and the gods I serve. They are not coming in here to harm these people. They will not leave me and my family traumatized by that experience. We will not see that in this lifetime. We will not see it, maybe not in this lifetime, but not in this building. We will not see them harm our families and friends in this building. I say that by the power of God given to me. I speak over the fear that's outside that door. I speak life when there's death at the door. This doorway is covered by the blood of Christ. If no one else believes it, I believe that my Lord and my Holy Spirit and my guides and all that is will stop them from the terror they try to reap on these families. These families are protected by the power of Lilith. I don't care. I will not fear such things. My belief is stronger than theirs. My belief is stronger than any enemy that stands on the other side of any door. That's the power of true magic. That's the power that can separate water, that can cut fucking the rivers, that can take down mountains. I claim this power, the power of God, his protection over these people. That's what that means. And we don't grab a gun and wait for them to come. We believe that God is the smoking gun on the other side of the door. And we believe they'll never come in that door because we believe in our God and we believe in our words and we believe in his promises. I don't do all of this for nothing. I believe in the work I do at this building. I believe in the families that I represent. I believe that I'm here as their light and their protector. And they're not going to come in and harm these families. They can stay outside our door all they want, but they're not going to come in and take anybody out of this building. That's what it means to have the power of word. And believing on it and standing on it. I stand on what I say and I believe in it. And nobody can shake that belief. I don't care what you guys think. I don't care if they're crawling down the windows. They're not coming in here. In the name of God, they're not coming in here. My God is stronger than your faltering faith. Doesn't matter if death is at the door. It's not coming in. Mantra is a pathway of connection to a higher self and ancient ones, and that's how you give yourself peace and peace to those around you. You make them believe. You make them believe, bro. When they can't believe, you make them believe. Mantra is a path of connection to the higher self and the ancient ones of divine wisdom that continually watch over and guide humanity's spiritual evolution. The sounds of Sanskrit mantra are said to have been shared by ancient rishis or sages who handed teachings from the higher spiritual planes down to humanity. They did so to help humans deal with the challenges they foresaw. There's a lot of screaming going on out there, but it could just be them on the loudspeakers. They can't go into every door. They can't just open our doors and go into doors. They'd have to have a key to do it. This had to be completely organized. But if they're outside of the door, they could possibly snatch them up. But it could just be them on the loudspeaker. And that's why I stopped my video, because I heard someone on the loudspeaker out there. And that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to protect them. But we can't. Just like you guys, we're not going to get shot by these motherfuckers. Okay. And that's where it is. The enemies are at all of our gates, you guys. They did so to help humans deal with the challenges they foresaw and are still as relevant today as they must have been thousands of years ago. What am I? I am a sage. There are mantras for different purposes, and the simplest mantra can be powerful. They are seed sounds, or bayas, which are single-syllable mantras that invoke certain realities, including the reality of realms or various deities. The Kali Baya is Kareem, and it goes Kareem. It's a mantra. So if you go into I'll share one in my community page. I always share it. It's 108 times. It's the Kali mantra. And it's just saying her name, which is me, saying the name at a certain tone. So this is a sound bowl. It's a tiny one that I got from Five Below. This is actually inside of it. This is the solar plexus. So this is the sound of the solar plexus. So each of those sounds has a frequency, and that helps you enter a different, as they said, reality. I work with sound activation, music. I call it music activation. I use sound to travel through time. So I always have headphones, and I'm always going through various layers of music. And it's not the words, it's sometimes it's the words. You can get lost in the words, but it's the instruments and the melodies that take you to a far off land. Can we all agree that music can do that? Wonderful. So they teach you what words to sing. Now, when you go into church, Christian church and stuff, they usually start with worship music. Hymns, if they don't use actual instruments, but real good church has real good worship music. They have live performances and live instruments, and they really sing, and it's real good shit. That's a good church. That's a mega church that has their own band and choir and all that shit. Really? And that's to get that's to get you in a spiritual place of praising. That's what worship music is. We're worshiping God. We're praising him. We're singing his praises from our mouth. And that's the first part of the initiation of the spiritual act called church, is to call in the Holy Spirit. By what? Singing and dancing. So what do I do every morning? Sing and dance. I put on my herbs, which is starting the kettle or starting the fire. I start burning my holy herbs. And that's it too. Let me roll a joint. Let me start my sage. Let me light a cigarette. Let me drink my coffee or my tea. And then we're going to turn on the music and we're going to start dancing under the moon until the sun comes up. I'm usually, if I'm up between, I mean, the sun is kind of late nowadays, but I would get up at 4, typically 4 or 5. The sun doesn't actually come up till almost 7. Even if you're up at 6, you're in the dark and you start that process and you're dancing to the sunrise. Really? It's a way to start. You're burning off any leftover energy, you're letting things go. And that's why I post it all the time, but it's not a joke. Are you going to be able to dance with me for coffee? The second I wake up, I put on my headphones and I hit Pandora. And I'm usually in the morning, unless I'm feeling functified, I'll start with Mozart. I'll start with classical music. Then I might go into 80s music, or I might go into my thumbprint, or I might go into, if I want to be real dancey, I'll do what is that one I have? The Black Eyed Peas channel. That one works well. Really? Yeah. Shit like that. And that's where I'll start there, and then I'll get out of there, and then I'll start doing individual songs in YouTube and shit like that. I'll start getting downloads and ideas. This song made me think of another song, but it's not on Pandora, so I have to stop Pandora and go listen to it on YouTube. And now I'm in this memory or this kind of thing. I spend so much money, so much time in music. That's how I'm activating all of these realms. I have a cheap pair of headphones. I used to have a good pair of headphones that I had for years, but my kids fucked them up. So I have a cheap pair of headphones that I wear, and it doesn't matter as long as there's music pumping. You'll always see me with headphones, and 9 times out of 10, it's just music pumping through my head. Really? All the time. The seeds, whatever. Kareem is a sound for invoking the Shakti, the power of activity, the Kalima in our lives and in the world. It generates a powerful inner spiritual connection, propelling the soul towards awakening. It breaks cycles of bondage. And that's where you can see in the Hinduism teachings and Buddha, you'll go to these temples and they're playing, you know what I mean, repetitive sounds, usually chimes, bells, flutes, a lot of the winds. They're playing a lot of winds and stuff like that. Not so much percussion. That's more Native American. You start hearing you start hitting the drums into different cultures. Really? It aligns our will with hers, and that's what it means. When you hear a hard drum line, it gets you going, bro. It gets you active. When you hear certain things, for example, in this life, I have vowed that I want to relearn how to play the harp. What do you? Is there a bad tune that comes out of that instrument? Like, is there a bad noise that comes out of a harpsichord? No, we just need to learn how to play it. It just has more strings than than others. And that's it. The flute, the saxophone, you know what I mean? All of these instruments, they're a tone. Get it? A tone. I'm very, it's not about the music tells the story. The words are supposed to align with the instruments, not speak over them. It aligns our will with hers, allowing the Divine Mother to direct us from within. Like Kalima, this mantra is fierce and powerful, yet protective and bestowing of blessings. If you are facing negativity, challenge, or feeling deeply guided to connect with the loving presence of Kalima, then this mantra is powerful shield for protection or of protection. However, just like working with Kali, working with her mantra is not for the faint-hearted. There's many people that won't work with Kali Ma. Who's me? The goddess of destruction. There's many people that won't work with any of my sides. Why? Because I'm a dark goddess. I'm almost done. They don't want to work with the dark goddess because they fear the dark goddess. You fear the dark lords, but we're still part of God's army. We just have a lesson to teach you why you're in the dark. Go on then, learn it by yourself. But there's a lot of people that won't, because I'm the goddess of destruction. I teach you. I'm here as a destructive energy. I'm here to destroy what's holding you back and set you free. And I'm here to empower you to do so, in essence. But I'll make it extremely uncomfortable around you until you set yourself free. Really? It's very empowering. But yeah, people don't work with Lilith. They don't work with Morgan. They don't work with Kali. All of that's dark magic. And that's how Wolfman called me into his life. He was doing incantations to the dark goddess, specifically Isis. He went to the temple of Isis and tried to do some invocations. Before he even intended that, I was already in his life. I'm like, I'm right here, dipshit. And they would never allow you to do any prayers or ceremonies at my fucking temple. You're not worthy. Really? He tried to pretend like he did, but there was no way they would have allowed him to do such things. Seriously? I know my temples. Templeton. Really? Yeah, so that's what happened. He realized through his teachings that, and that's what Aleister Crowley will teach you, and all Wiccan teachings teach you, that all of the power comes from your divine feminine, which is what? Your feelings. He thought it meant a girl. So he's out there robbing girls for their feelings instead of tapping into his own. What a fucking concept if you just opened your heart, douchebag. Instead, you're just trying to get them to open their legs. Come here. I got something. I got something for you. When we set a boundary, and that's what it is, it's like, damn, I already know how I'm built. I have no chance. They have no chance. They have no chance. They have no chance. No coke dick could do this, dude. Seriously, they have no chance. You could say physically of how I'm built internally, but just the entire experience, they have no chance, bro. I'm never going to get no fucking all-nighter out of nobody. Never. Guaranteed, bro. Never. When we set a boundary, it is natural that there will be a time when others attempt to cross it. Here he comes again with that stupid shit. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. We do not need to feel fearful of this, but rather be wise to it. The spiritual path, and that's not to say that I didn't listen to fucking Steve's Love Tarot's new moon energy that said you were coming in just for your own benefit. I saw you coming 2 miles away, bro, 2 fucking days ago. Realistically, yeah, you were all in the cards. I already knew this. Thank God they tell me before you get here. It's not so surprising anymore. The spiritual path is not something we walk occasionally. It is a way of being that is a relationship to the divine. We understand that there will be times that we need to call on the protection of that relationship more so than others. This is not a burden to the divine, but a beautiful opportunity for us to realize just how loved we are. When we call upon the divine, we are always answered. What am I supposed to do? Call my spirit guides and tell them to get rid of you? If I felt like I needed to. And that's what it is. It's fair game. I don't have to call in for help, but when I'm done, they're gladly there to eat you up. Realistically, they didn't like what they saw. Just because I was forgiving doesn't mean they are. We're talking the dark here. They're not by nature forgiving. The message of the oracle is that you have the divine birthright to choose how you deal with negativity. If you do not allow it, or if you do not need to allow it to gain influence in your being, allow others to choose how they behave, or to behave as they wish, with the respect that each path is unique. We cannot know how another needs to learn and grow through their life journey. And that's where you can look at a drug addict and you're like, how low do you need to go before you fucking get some fucking help? And that's really what I look at these guys. It's like, how much more pathetic is your life going to be before you do something about it? That's how I feel. Really? How many more seasons? Like, will Lewis learn his lesson if he loses all this season? Or he'll go back and do it again? I mean, look at Russ. Look at Marshall. Look at him. I have no idea what it's going to take for them to learn. God will figure it out. That's not my job. I don't know why you're so illiterate. Why you can't see the writing on the wall. Maybe you need to use a mirror so that you can read it backwards. Maybe you read from left to right. However, that is not an excuse to allow the negativity to infiltrate your being and undermine your spiritual relationship with yourself, the divine, and your spiritual path that can bring benefit to the world. And that's it. My love for my future husband and our children bring benefit to the world. Fucking around with you isn't doing any of that. The oracle brings a message of divine mother. If you have a need if you have a need of something, ask for it. I don't know what I need until I know that I want it, and I don't know what I want yet. What are you manifesting? I don't know yet. I don't know till the last minute. Really? They'll give me some inspiration. And that's where it is. She was trying to give me an idea. She's like, oh, I just wanted you to go to school with me. I was like, dude, I think you can do online school all by yourself. It's not like we were going to be in the same classes, bro. Really? That's what B said. B's like, damn, dude, she is incredibly lonely. I was like, I know, bro. I know. It sucks because she's cut off, and that's what it is. God did that to me too. He just cut me off and put me alone with my children and tried to make me a house bitch. This was very difficult. Not to be out in the streets, not be doing what you always did, and to just stay at home and do all that. It's like, dude, that's difficult. Use your voice in a way that helps you and empowers the divine to help you too. Invocation. I'm not going to sing this mantra for you at all, but I'm going to pray for you. Be seated and stand comfortably. Allow your awareness to settle in the flow of your breath in and out. Oh, you just reminded me. I have my fucking I have my partials in my overalls. I took them out while I was eating and I forgot they were in this pocket. If I don't take them out and put them away, my dog will find them and fucking eat $800 worth of teeth again. Move your jaw around in all directions to loosen tension subconsciously held there. To that end, you may like to massage your head and face lightly. Rub across your neck, throat, and the top of your shoulders to bring awareness and release tension. Wiggle your shoulders. Can you feel breath, or can you breathe in and exhale more deeply now? And that's where you're like opening up. You're about to speak. If you were a public speaker, you'd be like doing the banaka and shit, trying to get your voice ready. Let me just cough up a loogie real quick. Feel your sense of grounding and connection to the earth beneath you and your body. Press your feet to the floor. If you cannot do this physically for any reason, hey, listen here, flatfoot. Imagine you can do so energetically. Sense how your entire body is connected to the flow of breath. When you're ready, there's a huge fucking mantra that I'm not going to do for you. Really? I'm going to show you the picture and you could take a screenshot of it for those that don't want to purchase the book. Really? Finish with your hands in prayer. You have completed your ritual. It's just a prayer. And that's really what it is. What's the difference between an incantation, a prayer, a spell, or an affirmation? Nothing, really. When you're praying to God, you're asking for something. When you're doing an incantation, you're asking for something. When you're doing a spell, you're asking for something. The only difference is the wording of the words, right? So if I'm doing a spell, I'm telling the universe what to do. I'm not asking it, I'm telling it. I don't really ask God for shit. I tell him what I want. I don't ask him. I asked Gabriel to bring me my man, but obviously I wasn't ready. But that's about it. And that's because, why Gabriel? It's a long story. It's from the beginning of time. I had to go through him. Really? Yeah, it's a long story. And that goes back to, he's the voice of God. You know what I mean? His word stands. And I didn't, I had to honor what he had said to me all those years ago. I had to go back and rehab that conversation we didn't have. Realistically, something like that. Bitch, be humble, something like that. Really? Yeah. So that's the Kali side of me. There's many sides to me. This is the destructive side, but it's a loving destruction. So we're supposed to be in that. And that's where it is. The twin flame community be like, oh, you fucked this up. You should have at least, kept your shit together and see what he wanted. I told you what he wanted. He wants an orgasm. I don't need to know what he wants. I already know what he wants. The question is, what do I want? I don't want that. I want much more than that. If it was something basic, even if it was, okay, I just want a friend, he can't give me that either. Really? I had to learn this the hard way, that he couldn't, and he said it over and over. Well, stand behind what you say, dickhead. He said, I can't be the man that you want. Well, quit pretending. Get out of the way so that man can find his way. And conveniently, you know what I mean? Right after I say that it didn't work out with Bri, he's right there. Bro, shut up, bro. Cock blocker. How can you be a cock blocker and not give me cock? That doesn't make sense. Do you understand how fucking wrong that is? It's like, I don't want you, but I don't want anyone else to have you. I don't like you. That is so typical shit. And anybody, they know what I'm talking about. The only difference between me and your life, I documented this whole thing. I have video fucking footage of this whole thing. Pictures? No, I don't know what the guy looks like. I keep forgetting it. For good reason. Really? You don't know what he looks like? No, unless I Google him. I have this great picture of him and his wife. That keeps me happy. Realistically, I mean, what do you think that makes me feel like? It keeps me on my own path. I'll say that much. What's our next card here? Metatron. Where are we at? An hour 30. Maybe we'll just pull this out for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We're facing our shadows. I feel like I already faced it. And the truth is that's it. I'm not going to. Let me see what's going on. You guys want to hear what's going on? It is intense, right? Hold on. don't know what they're screaming. I think they're just screaming for everyone to stay in their room. But if you're screaming, we're going to open the door to see what you're screaming. I don't know what they're doing, bro, but I don't think they're allowed to be doing this, bro. I don't know what my rights are, but I don't want to get kicked out before I got to get kicked out. And even if I did, I know that they would put me in a fucking hotel for the next couple weeks until I got my apartment. So maybe it's time to get out of this bitch. Realistically, I mean, as soon as I'm done with the video, I go to have a cigarette. You're not going to tell me I can't. You're not going to take away my fucking civil rights, protecting someone else's. And really going back to this is like, we could really, like, this is the... Why didn't God just put me in a Templeton? Tomorrow is the cup of replenishment, so we'll be refilled. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Some more shadow work. My only shadow was that I just acknowledging the truth. That's it. Tell your truth. The truth is I never wanted to be part of your life. I just wanted you to be part of mine. And I don't know, I know that sounds selfish after hearing myself say it, but it's my truth. And I don't know how that affects anybody else but myself. And I'll sit with that and I'll try to figure out if there's something bad about that. Should I feel bad about that? Is that wrong? That I just wanted a man all to myself? I don't think so. That I don't want to share a man with the fucking world. I don't know. And then again, the things I want, I understand that American men are unaccustomed to. But I do believe, like I told my girls, there are men in other countries that would be more than pleasing to fucking live by these codes, that aren't out there like, no, I can't sit at home and love you. I've got to go to work. I can't love my wife. I can't give my wife time. I can't spend time with my wife. I must go. Okay, go. But don't expect that you have a wife at home when you can't give your wife what she needs. And I believe this. There's men in other countries that don't live by such stupid fucking egotistical fucking desires and passions and fucking need for success, pride, and vanity, that really just want to have a good woman that they honor and love. And that time with that woman is all that they really need. Don't get me wrong, you need companionship and fellowship and you need all that, but to put that as a priority. Realistically, yeah. And, you know, again, going back to it, even if he showed up with fucking divorce papers, doesn't mean you know how to treat a wife, bro. It just means you know how to break out. You're breaking out of a bad situation. You are not rehabilitated in any kind of way. You see no wrong in what you've done. You're not getting paroled for this, bro. You have not even seen the error in your ways of what you've done. You're still trying to do it. You don't even see what you're doing as a crime against humanity. Myself, your wife, your children, the lies you tell, whatever the fuck you're doing right now in my DMs. You don't even see that this is wrong. And you're going to blame me. Is that how you make it through the night? How can you stop a wrong behavior when you don't even see it's wrong? How can you apologize for something you don't even think you're guilty of? You don't even see it. I'm not going to apologize because I'm not what she says. Stalemate, my friend. Stalemate. Two of Swords. Stalemate. Neither party is budging, so it is better to go separate ways. Go back to your life and let me start mine. Jesus, he doesn't want to be part of it. He just doesn't want me to start it. And he doesn't want me to start it with someone else. He does not want me to, bro. Isn't that sickening? He doesn't want me to have a man and doesn't want me to have this. He needed me to be less so that it made him feel like more. But the more I become, the less powerful he is. And that's it. Your fucking pathetic existence. Go back to your job. Go back to your fucking low life. As long as your kids are happy, right? That's the motto. What kind of kids are going to be happy living in a loveless home with an absent father? They're not going to be happy. You can't lie to me. You're just telling yourself that lie with everything else. You're lying to yourself, nobody else. I'm sure if you asked your kids, they'll tell you this bullshit. Or at least that's what you told me. You had to get home because your wife couldn't play with your kid and he was guilting you. You tried to make it seem like it was your wife or the fact that you just don't play with your kids enough. How can you when you're so busy making money? That's funny. There's lots of fathers that make money and still have time for their kids, that are still present, that still be in the same state and put them to bed. It's a fucking choice. You choose to fucking stay away from your family. Why? And that's what you said. My marriage works great as long as I'm not at home. That's not a marriage, dipshit. And you're not going to give that to me. Realistically, nope. I don't know. I hope he doesn't end up like the rest of my baby daddies and shit that just don't catch no for an answer. I've dealt with this for so long. I might have to block him. It's like I have to block them every time they come up. Every single time. They make up new Facebook accounts. They find ways, new phone numbers, anything. They'll reach out to Mr. Plum, anything, bro. Through my kids, anything, just to fucking say, hey, how are you? Bro, if you don't get the fuck out of my life, I don't care. You can't give me a baby. You can't give me a future. You can't give me a commitment. You're giving me a headache. You can't give me an orgasm. That's mean. That's mean right there. It's like, at least if you could fuck me right, that'd be at least worth it. At least I need that in my life. Are you talking what? There's a bunch of comments. Let's just close those. Not tonight. Yeah, Face the Towers. Are you selfish like that? Are you like Jeffrey Dahmer? In Jeffrey Dahmer, you just want a lover to stay in your life and never leave. You don't really want them to go home. Kind of looks a little unhealthy in that sense. I don't know. It sounds unhealthy, but that's how I felt. And that's really what I showed this whole time. I don't want shit from you. I don't want to go on your fucking tour with you. I don't want to do any of that stupid shit. I just want to hang out with you. Just me and you. I didn't care about any of that. I don't want to ride in your car. I don't want to go to your show. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to be seen in public. I don't want to buy money. I don't want a purse. I just wanted your time and energy. Time and energy is love, and they didn't have that to give. But you can look at all of them, and they can't give that to anybody, so I'm not ashamed. Fucking Russ can't, or fucking Lewis can't give anybody his time and energy. He has no time or energy to give to you. Realistically, nope. Far too busy. The little white rabbit over there. Bee rabbit. Hey, I love you guys. Face your shadows. Get over it. Clear out the closet by tomorrow so that we can manifest new things on Sunday. Yes, yes. Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.